Good evening, everyone. To the listeners and to Dove, David, and Lynn, I want to extend gratitude because today, April 15th, celebrates 3 years that I've been on the radio, doing 2 shows a week, 8 shows a month. So to all that have had and continue to have a role in it, I say thank you. And of course, today's Wednesday, so we have a meditation. But I wanted to go over some of what was said yesterday. One of the things I mentioned yesterday is that we were talking about thoughts, and so we are going to continue on thoughts, because it's always the thought that comes first. We have to stand guard at the door of our mind. I mentioned yesterday that for many of us, many of our inner needs as children were not identified with or molded when we were growing up. And our greatest need is for love. And what many of us have done as parents is not only give the children, but give ourselves things that we think will enrich their lives. You know, we send them to the best schools, we give them the best things, the best clothes. We follow the conditioning. We are conditioned to believe that life is outside and the externals will do it for us. It's not, because it's based on man-made rules and ideas. And rules control. Principle expands. Love and control cannot coexist. What we've made cannot give us what we so desperately need and what we already have. Love. Love. The world does not move. It's the mind that moves. And the mind is a process of thoughts. The mind is a series of thought moments. And each moment is now. And the succession of moments creates the sense of time. And time is the great illusion. And illusions are deceptions. Illusions are beliefs in what is not real. Time is an instant that is relived again and again and still again. It seems to be now. When the mind is still for an instant, it is still for life. It is an instant that is eternal, the eternal now. Now is all there is. Love is always present. We are absent. We are heartlessly conditioned to believe that our fulfillment and joy lies in possessions. And the richer we are on the inside, the less we own. Things and conditions cannot give us what we already have. And so this emptiness we feel inside, always trying to fill that void, is very distressing. Our vital energy is being sapped. And we are plagued, tormented, possessed, and obsessed by our own selfish desires for more and more. And we've become victims of moreness. Through your practice and wanting something more fulfilling and rewarding, you're free in your mind from the dualistic trap. And you come to the recognition, and to recognize is to know, that time is the illusion, and time is the device for compounding guilt with which we fool ourselves. We have to be true to you. Know thyself. There is no other. Only you. The false self you identify with as real, its needs are endless. Its doctrine is seek, but do not find. And its purpose is to impede our progress. We are lacking in faith and courage. And so we are inclined and accustomed to accept and believe. And our beliefs are comforting to us. We need to question our beliefs. A belief is a thought. And the thoughts you've made will not be taken from you, but can be given up by you. We have to do our own internal inquiry within ourselves. You can be assisted and supported, but the activation is within the heart of love. Yesterday, I also mentioned that success is not in getting there, but earning the right in consciousness to be there. And we're there now. Love is always present. We are absent. True success is the expansion of consciousness. Money in any form is used as a medium of exchange. I give and I receive. It's a flow. Affluent means to flow. Fluency, to flow. And only current. Current gives rise to the word currency. Do what you love and love what you do. And the money will follow, because money is God's gift in expression. Nothing belongs to us. Everything is borrowed and has to be returned. Look at the green strips. What does it say? In God we trust. We must be willing to turn our senses inward and trust in the creative action of life. And life within us knows. The past is over, never more to be returned. Claim your divine inheritance. Only as we live and use your divine faculties can you create your ideal reality. We believe that money creates security, and things and possessions cannot give us joy. Joy is your birthright. It's your natural state. It's nothing that you have to work hard for or to attain. We already have it. Joy is not contained in time. In time, you see yourself as a physical body subject to the passage of time. And time is the great illusion. So nothing less than knowing the truth of what you are will satisfy the hunger we feel inside. Because the soul's richest gift is God. And we will never be at peace. We will never be satisfied with anything else until you know your true self. Not believe, know. And to know is to be certain. And that certainty that comes from within. And as the Course teaches us, the certain are perfectly calm, for they're not in doubt. And in that one desire to know the truth of what you are, all other desires will be satisfied. The externals are not going to do it for us with its toys and trinkets. End the separation and get to know the truth of what you are. Live. Only as you live and use your divine faculties can you create your ideal reality. We have been surviving for much too long, according to man-made rules and ideas. And those in survival mode have no time for anything because they're too busy surviving. The proper use of money, again, is to serve. Allow the currency to flow. The thought system of God is rooted in abundance and prosperity. And love is our abundance. And we were all given an abundance of wealth. The rewards are great if one succeeds, but the rewards are great only because so few succeed. We need to have faith and vision. Your money needs your faith and your vision to be of service to you. And the proper use of money is to serve. And service and sharing are the prime directives of all enlightened and liberated beings. So feel what you're feeling. Feeling is the one and only means through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. The subconscious is not concerned with truth or falsity of your feelings. It always accepts as true that which you feel to be true, and your acceptance of it makes it real. Your feelings create your world. Your world represents your thoughts. You are your thoughts, and you are what your thoughts have made you. Are you willing to surrender your self-made ideas, your self-made concepts are ideas to which you give meaning of your own? You want to feel what you're feeling, feel inspired, feel the inspiration. Inspiration means breathing in. You're breathing in the breath of God. As this energy shifts within you, you will experience exhaustion, anxiety, frustration, all the mental states you thought you have released. Only now you have control over your mind. You're using the mind rather than allowing it to use you. You now have a purpose. You now have a purpose-driven life toward which you are working. You're allowing yourself to be carried along. You're allowing yourself to be directed by the teacher within. And you are both teacher and willing disciple, willing pupil. As we go through this process, whatever negative states you have, they will pass away. They will no longer overwhelm you. They exist only in the mind. So in any situation, regardless of the size or the form it takes, a letting go is necessary in order to allow the mind to reach inward to access the wisdom. You want to bless all of your experiences into wisdom. You want to use discernment. Discernment is insight. It eliminates looking outside of yourself. It's an internal process. It replaces judgment. So you become more loving, more peaceful, more tolerant. You're drawing out deeper resources that you never suspected you had. You're choosing not to retard your progress. You know, the Course teaches us, forget what you have seen and raise your eyes in faith to what you now can see. Your holy vision sees all things as pure, fresh, new, and alive, sparkling. Look, the Course is teaching us, look with gentle graciousness upon all things. So we have to open the mind to a tiny grain of wisdom and do not allow feelings of frustration to haunt you. You're letting go of all the foolish thoughts that you have made. And as the Course teaches us, all the various kinds of descriptive terms in which you see yourself, all the attributes you ascribe to yourself, positive or negative, desirable or undesirable, all of them are equally unreal. The direction of your fantasies about yourself does not matter, because illusions have no direction in reality. You want to go deep within you. You want to sink deep into your mind, away from all the thoughts your mind has made up. Transformation of consciousness is the only thing worth doing, because in that transformation comes the awareness of what you are. What am I? I am love. So your outlook on life must be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Remember, try to remember. To remember is to restore to your memory what is already there. When there was a time when you felt safe, secure, and loved. Let the memory of what you are come into your mind. Come to your clean and open mind. We have to remain open. We have to be willing, and we have to be patient. Whenever you feel a sense of uncertainty or doubt, and to doubt is to not know, and everything around you seems to be moving and shifting in a twisting, whirling motion, when you feel a sense of being out of balance, when you feel yourself falling below a standard of your accustomed level, call on the strength that is within you. Call on the strength of light. Call on your light body to take command. So you remain steadfast and unwavering. There's no need for us to be eaten by fear. There's no need for us to tremble, to quail in fear. You are awake. You excuse me. You are weakening the false self. You're prying that self loose. You're ending the separation. So your true self can emerge. Your sight is being restored. You're seeing differently. You're melting the boundaries of your limited identity. And now recognizing your limitlessness and your freedom in the light. And you're weaving the pattern of your life as the light of the world. So we have to trust. Be as a child and trust. A child knows what feels good and will go for that feeling regardless of external circumstances. You are embracing the essence of what you are, the unique and exquisite facet that is your soul. And all that you've made, will dissolve. All that is not of light cannot enter into your temple of light. The darkness of fearful thoughts has been long and cruel, and we have gone deep into it. And it is your thoughts that cause you pain. First, you have an impression. Every thought makes an impression. So let us use an example. Since every thought makes an impression, and every thought is either a loving thought or a fearful thought. So let's say pizza or piece of pie or ice cream. I want pizza. I want some ice cream. Second thought. I like pizza. I like ice cream. Third thought. I want some pizza. I want some ice cream. Diffuse the thought. Break the chain of conditioning. Because left to itself, the mind goes on repeating the same old habitual patterns. How do we diffuse the thought? Someone may ask. How do I diffuse the thought? How do I weaken it? By repeating your mantra, by bringing in the light. Remember, you're training your mind in a systematic way, other than the way it's been trained, because it's untrained. The mind is lazy, and it loves habit, and it always wants to revert back to what it's been familiar with. So you're training your mind to remember God. And God is everywhere and in everything. You're breaking mind patterns that have dominated you. You're breaking loose from what you've made. And it's you who have the power to dominate all things you see by recognizing what you are. What am I? I am love. And that's not an illusion. It's a fact. And when you know you're love, there's nothing to learn. Because all of our learning is an indulgence. Love is a quality of your consciousness. And love is now. Now. So, why do we keep seeking and searching and looking outside of ourselves? And as the Course teaches us, seek not in the bleak world of illusions for your completeness, where everything is uncertain and nothing seems to satisfy. Do not seek in the world that you've made, to find yourself. Because love is not found in darkness. The vast majority of people are blind to each other's needs. They don't mean to be unkind. They're just not seeing correctly. You see with thought. You think with thought. Help them to open their eyes. Minds are joined, bodies are not. Let those that have eyes to see, and ears to hear. Without us recognizing the essence of what we are, love, without love, life is empty, lonely. Allow for yourself to move through this process with grace and ease. You are cutting straight through to the core essence of what you are. Because God created you, you have all power. The image you made has none. Love knows the truth about you. The image you made does not. Ask for help. When and where you can. And be confident that wisdom will be given to you when you need it. You are willing to let go of all the foolish images, your fears of harm, your dreams of danger and selected wrongs. God knows you only as you were created. So have confidence and give yourself completely to love. Place your hands in God's. Forgive us, we say. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive others who have trespassed against us. Forgive us our wrongs, our illusions, our mistakes, our sins, our misdeeds. Forgive us our illusions and help us to accept what is real, our true relationship with yourself, in which there are no illusions and where none can ever enter. Feel a sense of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm comes from the Greek word meaning enthuse, in the spirit. Spirit is love, spirit is light, joy, wisdom, understanding. And light is energy. We came from an energy field of light, love, that knows no limit. We limit ourselves by seeing ourselves less than we truly are. And entangled in a world of illusions, we simply forgot what we are, where we came from. We forgot our home. So we're searching to remember our natural home. Spirit is the source, and there's only one original source. That which is never born and never dies. So when you enter into awareness of spirit, light, you realize that all is one. You wake up from the dream state that you have been in, your third dimensional nest, your comfort zone. And you realize that everything arises from and returns to the same source, because there's only one original source, God. The primary source, not secondary. You realize that we are beams of light, prisms of light, transparent light bodies, rays of light, reflecting mirror consciousness in this man-made, mundane human world of form that is forever changing. You want to be breathing in the breath of God because you are. You are. If it's in one, it's in all. Prana is the breath of God, the breath of life. And there's only one life. And that we share with all of creation. And you are creation, creating in a world of forever changing form. So, be with you, honor you, appreciate you, delight in you. Be your best friend, the one you enjoy being with the most. Give yourself space and room to explore and discover your inner world. And be gentle and compassionate with yourself as you move through the process of change. And it is a process. I call it the 4 Ps: patience, practice, preparation, and process. So let us travel inward. Close your eyes. Relax your mind. I invoke the energies of all the Ascended Masters, archangels, and angels to be with us. We welcome your grace and your presence. With eyes closed, tell yourself, I am spiritually healthy. I am spiritually healthy. Make contact with your true self. Say to yourself silently, I am the light of life. I am the light of life. I preserve my sense of inner calm. I preserve my sense of inner calm. I am calm, quiet, confident, and assured. I am calm, quiet, confident, and assured. Take your restless, inquisitive, wandering mind and bring it into the light to settle down. You're gaining mastery over your thinking process. To attain excellence and depth of desire, you must be steadfast and committed. Mastery does not come from dabbling. The more you give to what is real, the more it will give back to you. See the inner workings of your mind through the benefit of relationships. Close your eyes and tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, I reflect the radiant beauty of the Christ consciousness. I reflect the radiant beauty of the Christ consciousness. The mind is the cause of all the suffering in the world and all the suffering it contains, because the mind is a process of thoughts, and your thoughts make up your world. We are the cause of our experiences. Our perception of external events and every situation we find ourselves in are but effects of an internal cause, thought. Because every thought is either a loving thought or a fearful thought. And that is why you are responsible for how you see the world. It's the power of your decision that brings you joy or pain. Decide for truth, and everything belongs to you. In selfless devotion to yourself, say to yourself with eyes closed, when thoughtless ideas enter my mind, I will drown their noises by calling on the light. When thoughtless ideas enter my mind, I will drown their noises by calling on the light. Once again, when thoughtless ideas enter my mind, I will drown their noises by calling on the light. I will comb the twists and knots of my thoughts. I will comb the twists and knots of my thoughts. Once again. I will comb the twists and knots of my thoughts. I am open to receive a mystical experience. I am open to receive a mystical experience. Once again, I am open to receive a mystical experience. How can you correct your thoughts if you're overlooking them? Correction is for all who cannot see. Look at the cause and make correction. Do not judge the effect. Go to the cause. Everything is decided in and by the mind. And only the mind decides on what it would give and receive. Say to yourself with eyes closed, I am continuous light. I am continuous light. I am the light of life. I am the light of life. Breathe slowly and quietly and feel your light body. The more you use your inner sight, the sharper grows your outer sight. Recognize that you are held in the embrace of eternal light. Let the long arm of the light force go before you, making your way safe, easy, and clear, with no stones to trip on. Make it a habit to remember that your goal is light. Say to yourself, my single purpose is light. My single purpose is light. Light is my only goal. Light is my only goal. Train your senses to be obedient and remind yourself often that you are the light of the world. Speak to your light body and remain open to receive. Feel the current of light as it flows from the voice of your soul, reminding you of what you are. Light, 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 eternal. The light force is like the wind. It's blowing all the time. Let go of your excess baggage and set sail where you're safe forever and forever from the winds of fear. Turn all of your complaints over to the light. Hear the call of light, 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 calling you home. As you enter into the arc of light, feel your light body. Say to yourself with eyes closed, silently and thoughtfully, I am the light of life. I am the light of life. I am continuous light. I am continuous light. Breathe like a child, slowly, calmly, and deeply, as you free your mind and rest in light. Let your blind heart be full of sight so you can see. Light is the answer, not the question. Your divine destiny is to merge with infinite light. Free your mind through the practice of meditation. Meditation is the medicine of the mind. Say to yourself with eyes closed, I choose light, light, light. I choose light, light, light. I am the living light. I am the living light. I am the breath of life. I am the breath of life. I am breathing the breath of God. I am breathing the breath of God. You are reestablishing a relationship with yourself that you have lost the awareness of in a third dimensional reality. You're letting go of selfish attachments in love. You're letting go of insecurities and recognizing that your security is light. All that is weak is being exposed to the light. You're drawing from the light source, the steel of endurance. Do not be concerned with your limitations or your imperfections. Your single and only purpose is the light. Light as you is what you are. Light in you is what you are. Hear the call of light calling you home to your permanent residence of light. You are letting go of distorted time concepts. The deepest flaw in the mind is what Einstein called the kind of optical delusion of consciousness that makes us see and believe that we are separate fragments, separated from the source of life, and floating on the surface of life. To perceive, the mind must be completely still. Otherwise, it cannot see. This division is built into the mind. Say to yourself, I see only light. I see only light. I am breathing the breath of God. I am breathing the breath of God. Do not allow fear to crawl like a mouse on the stage of your mind. As you move closer, closer, and closer to the light of your true self, and your awareness deepens, the day will come, perhaps today, when selfish desires leave with no forwarding address. Say to yourself, I choose reality. I choose reality. I am open to receive a mystical experience. I am open to receive a mystical experience. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Let go of the arrogance that robs you of the joy of living. Open your mind to the reality that is yours, because you are reality. We are prisms of light, reflect in mirror consciousness in this man-made world of form. When your release is partial, you're only seeing some good. When your release is complete, you see all good. Say to yourself, I see only light. I see only light. The light is here, and the way is clear. The light is here, and the way is clear. I joyously serve the light. I joyously serve the light. Save the wear and tear of your nervous system by turning toward the light. All we can see is what we've made, because you're looking with physical sight. Everything physical sight is showing you is fearful and painful. The mind is shut tight against the light, because we're afraid of what spiritual sight will show us. Say to yourself, I am spiritually healthy. I am spiritually healthy. I choose light. I choose light. The light is here, and the way is clear. The light is here, and the way is clear. Open your mind to light's correction and see all good. Open your eyes and see with single vision. Learn to have an inner solitude as you keep your attention on the light. Light does not know ugliness. Allow the light to soothe your forehead. Relax your mind and remember that your single and only purpose is light. You cannot forget what has been stored in your memory. Release and sing the praises of another world, a world of light, where all things are right and as easy as breathing. And you can laugh at fear. Say to yourself, I am the breath of life. I am the breath of life. I am breathing the breath of God. I am breathing the breath of God. You're allowing the light to strengthen you. You are the light of the world. That is why you're here. Everything has already been given to you eternally. Accept yourself, not an illusion of yourself. Approve of yourself. Have confidence, trust, certainty, and assurance in what you are. Release all magic thoughts. Magic thoughts are illusions. It is wishful thinking. It's a distortion in your mind. It is clearly separation from the light. Your mind can wish to be deceived, but you cannot make it be what it is not. Say to yourself, I allow all things to be exactly as they are. I allow all things to be exactly as they are. I am the breath of life. I am the breath of life. I am spiritually healthy. I am spiritually healthy. The divine light descends upon all of us, and we are purified, grateful, and blessed. For this we give thanks. Rest in quiet light. And so it is. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Dove. Love you all. Good night.
Thank you, Veronica.